Good things. And joining me today is Chase Jeter. He is the director of New Albany's Parks and Recreation, and you get to kind of spearhead a lot of the other great events and things that go on in this town. So welcome.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for having me.
And I asked you, how long have you lived in New Albany, and you said
37 years.
So you just moved here yesterday.
That's right.
So you don't understand when people go, oh, I've never been to New Albany, sort of what's it like. How do you sort of respond with that?
Well, I just tell them that New Albany's, kind of like Mayberry. It's got the main street, it's got the downtown, it's got the down-home feel, and, everybody knows everybody and everybody waves. Everybody
does wave, or maybe this is because we're here set up right at the mouth of the Tanglewood Trails, which is behind us, just over the bridge back here. You start to the 43 miles. Has that always been here, or when in your lifespan, Chase, did the Tanglewood Trails develop?
It was a few years ago. Of course, this used to be a train track, the Faulkner Railway right here through here, but they converted it to rails to trails for the walking trail, and it's been a great asset to this community.
It absolutely has, and it brings a lot of events. It brings out a lot of people who may have never come here, but also so does the other events that you guys do there at Parks and Recreation. So when someone says, Chase, what do you do every day? You're like, probably never do things twice, but or no day is ever the same. But tell us a little bit about y'all's mission and what y'all do there at the Parks and Recreation.
Well, our purpose statement's kind of to have and encourage a healthy, active lifestyle for our community and people that move here, to give them something to do, to give them to lead an active lifestyle. But day-to-day operations, we maintain 150 acres throughout the city through our parks. We've got different events that go on. Of course, we have our Park and Rec athletic leagues. We have different things like that. We help with a Zesty senior group. We help facilitate that. So, like you said, no day is the same. No day is
the same. And I feel like this Park and Recreation for a lot of communities is bringing in, it's an economic driver, but it's also an opportunity for folks to get out and visit new communities. When you start thinking about tournaments and having places to house folks that come in for that, have y'all seen a growth of people coming to New Albany for the different types of Parks and Recreation events that maybe are coming for tournaments or are coming for sports that normally wouldn't have come just out on a whim?
I think so. I mean, this year alone, we've had teams from Kentucky, from Tennessee, from Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, different neighboring states. I want to say it's because of our facilities, and I hope that it is, but it's also, New Albany is a driving force behind that, because if anybody ever comes here and uses our facilities and then come downtown, they want to come back.
Absolutely, you want to come back. It literally looks like Mayberry, as you said, when we were sitting here and eating our lunch there in the cute little courtyard behind us. If they're looking at SuperTalk TV, you feel like this should be a backdrop for a Hallmark movie. Have y'all ever had a movie here? I know that's not in your area, but I feel like if not, y'all definitely should. It's the perfect sort of setting for the quintessential kind of small town charm kind of movie. But y'all got a lot of other things going on. Back to your Parks and Recreation, tournaments, and pickleball. So we were just learning about pickleball a couple weeks ago here on Good Things, and how it has sort of exploded in popularity in the state of Mississippi. And so that was kind of like central Mississippi. So it's even moved up here up north. Y'all have a thriving pickleball community?
We do. Oxford and Tupelo is on our east and west, and they've had courts built for a couple of years. We're just getting into the courts, getting some courts lined off, having a designated pickleball court. We've got some at our new B&A tennis. Well, I say new, it's 10 years old, but our B&A tennis park over here, our old tennis park, we're repurposing that for some pickleball courts. Because, like you said, in the past 3 years, it's had 160% growth. It's exploding through the ceiling.
So do you see future pickleball tournaments that would bring in, I know it's folks of all ages, so now we're not talking about just youth sports, you're opening it up to a completely different demographic who want to come out and do something fun for active tourism, if you want to kind of think of it that way.
Well, right now, like I said, Bo Bowman, our tennis guy, racket sports guy at the tennis park, he's actually got a local pickleball tournament tonight. So we're already into the local scene, but hopefully as we grow and get bigger and get better, we'll draw more people from the region.
Is that something more Parks and Recreations are looking into, or I guess is transferring maybe tennis courts that aren't used or need to be revitalized? Is it hard, I think is the word I'm trying to get at, is it hard to make that transition from a tennis court to a pickleball court?
I don't think so. I mean, it's all the tennis and pickleball use different lines for the actual court, but you can actually turn the court sideways as opposed to bigger and better things for that part. Miss Betsy Hamilton was on earlier, and she was talking about the Conservancy plan at our park along the river. if that goes through, that's going to be a huge game changer for our park along the river. So we've got plans. If we haven't done anything at a park, we've got plans in the next few years to do big things at each park.
Which keeps people excited. It keeps young families wanting to stay when you got things that their kids can get out and sort of do. But also, I liked your mission statement, Chase, talking about how just creating this environment of sort of wellness or sort of being able to be active and sort of healthy when your community is accessible and it has all the opportunities to get out and move. You would hope, in theory, that people would take advantage of that. And do you see that here in New Albany? Are people taking advantage of all the outdoor opportunities?
I think so. I mean, all of our sports leagues, our youth sports leagues, have grown in numbers the past 5 years that I know of. We've actually added some adult kickball leagues, and that's grown in the past couple of years. We're trying to, hit that market where, adults, they have the everyday grind. They've got the kids, they've got the homework, somewhere where they can unplug, socialize with other adults, and just let loose for a couple hours. So that was kind of our viewpoint on that. But and all the things that we do, I have to give a plug to our mayor and board of aldermen. They're top notch. They've bought in. They want to give the citizens in New Albany and Union County a place that they're proud of, that they can lead that healthy and active lifestyle.
I'm sitting here thinking kickball, I think dodgeball, I'm thinking of all the things that parents want to get out and sort of and do. And okay, well, we're here, Chase, because we're helping kick off the Tallahatchie Riverfest. Is that something you and your family, I would assume in 37 years, you may or may not have made it to a festival or two?
I've made it to one or two. No, we're really excited about the Riverfest every year. It's kind of the end of summer, transition to fall. They've always got great vendors. The River Run, the Kids Run, they've always got a headliner to sing that's great. And Billie Jean and those guys do a great job getting it all together.
Now, have you ever, you haven't ran probably the whole 43 miles, I don't think.
Of
but have you ever bagged it, or how much of the trail have you done personally?
We've gone past Ingomar and back.
So how far is that?
Don't give me the line of
It's right over the bridge, about a quarter mile down the road, and then back. No,
yeah.
I think I wouldn't know or the markers, but I'm sure that they were there.
They were.
But I would feel like it would be definitely something you could sort of add on to or see a little bit as you come, or just get out and sort of walk and sort of enjoy. You definitely don't have to do the whole 43 miles if you come to visit New Albany.
You don't have to run it. You can if you have a library card, you can rent a bike at the library.
What? That's really cool.
It is cool.
Then you wouldn't even, that's a really neat service too. All right, if somebody's going to come and visit New Albany for the first time, Chase, where's one place you recommend they go?
Downtown, obviously. I mean, downtown gives you the feel of who we are.
Of who you are. There's places to shop, there's places to eat, there's ice cream to get, there's
Absolutely.
Cupcakes to get, there's coffee to get, there's a beverage to get of your choice. Walk, stretch your legs, breathe the fresh air. What more would you want, Chase?
And exactly, I'm a little more biased, but I would say come to the park and see us and say hello.
Come to the park and see him and tell Chase that Good Things sent you. Thank you for your time. But you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next live.